Hey guys, this is JVB, Jacqueline Van Bierk. I'm a singer, songwriter, composer, music producer, and I love coming on here, inspiring you guys, sharing some of my knowledge about music, production, singing, and life in general. It's been so crazy, and I'm sorry I haven't been on sooner. I just this is a very crazy time, and I don't like those things. Anyway, much better. It's a crazy time for all of us, and me still being in Germany, it's definitely somewhat different watching you guys in the United States, and it's just so much insanity going on, fighting and division that is really breaking my heart. And July 4th coming up, I think, with all the restrictions going on, I just wanted to share with you guys that this is the perfect time to just meditate, go inside versus being out partying and, getting drunk and crazy. And honestly, this time for me personally, and I would love to know how it's been for you so far, being in a very small town and surrounded by a lot of nature, I've had really a lot of time to be outside, and it's become, oh my God, my therapy. Like whenever I don't feel well, I just go outside, or when I feel like, oh God, I need to take a break, I go out, and I feel nature is really, I've always noticed that when I go for walks, but I've never noticed it as much as I do now, that when I'm outside, I'm fine. There's no ringing in my ears. There's no crazy thoughts. It's just calming and grounding. Really, listening to the birds and getting in touch with the like everything around me. That's like really our blueprint, like our where we belong or where we came from, that we really need to connect with more so than all this information that's coming in and at us consistently. And I want to encourage you guys, the news. I don't really watch the news. I don't even watch TV at home. And I hear it here all the time because my mom and her partner, they love, there's always the radio on or the TV on, almost always. And there's a reason why the news tells you 10 times, I don't know how many times a day, they tell you the same thing over and over and over and over again. And what is that doing to you? It's programming you. What do we say? We have to hear something 7 times or how many, I forget how many times it was, to register and to internalize it. Which then turns into fear, turns into stress, turns into worry. If it's something bad, if it's something good, of course, that is like empowering. So I think that it's a very important time for all of us to feed our mind, our soul, and our body things that empower us, that really vitalize us, that make us really become energetic versus like drained, that make us become more alive versus feeling, no sense of purpose, or breathing in a lot of air that makes us really get in a lot of oxygen versus not a lot of oxygen, which makes us drowsy and tired and weakens our immune system. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you the things that I've been researching and that are really working for me. So I've had some I've watched some interesting discussions on Facebook, and I posted something that I shared something that I found, some information that I found very useful. I'm just saying that, and some people are very closed off to that idea, to question things, to question a lot of things that are happening right now, versus just to allow one media source, the mainstream media, to really control your thinking, your action, and your doing. And you might say, nobody's controlling me, but the news feeding you the news 20 times a day, or how many times it is manipulating you. And not saying that everything is not true, but I'm saying that by feeding you something specific all the time, it programs you, you know? So again, I encourage you to question things and to really reprogram yourself, to feed yourself things that are in your best interest. I think what I see a lot is people somewhat losing their power to a fear, and fear is very dangerous, because it's just as dangerous as a virus, right? Because when we are in fear, we seek for someone who can save us. People tend to only pray when they are not well, because suddenly they believe in God, even if they don't. And it's kind of like an oxymoron. It's kind of funny, right? How we as humans operate. That's how we operate. In Western society, we don't go to a doctor unless we are sick. In Eastern medicine, they do preventive medicine, right? They do things all the time to prevent things, to maintain their health. So it's a very interesting thing that you just want to be aware of, that maybe you're not quite aware of. And that's very normal not to be aware of those things, because we don't think of those things. We expect them to just be on automatic. And I think we've become very much on automatic, just doing things because we've been told to do them. We've been told to, go to work and work our asses off and pay our taxes and, obey. We always obey. And I'm just saying, not saying break the law, but I'm saying, what is important to you, and focus on what's important to you, and let go of what you may not need anymore. For me, in my personal life, it's been definitely letting go of a lot of material things that I didn't need. And those are not even big things. But before I left LA, I gave a lot of clothes away, which I was like, oh, I gave that away. Am I crazy? But it felt good at the same time, because those things are so replaceable. I mean, okay, maybe that Alexander McQueen, if I would have had that, I would have not given that away. But there's just like priorities, like really think of like what is really important. And most importantly, take your power back and take because I think a lot of people are very, like I said earlier, like very stressed, very confused, and very lost. And when we feel lost, we're kind of helpless. We just anything, right? And hopefully that anything is not alcohol or medication to kind of numb the pain or numb that awareness. So I highly recommend meditation, because meditation, in my experience, and yoga, exercise in general, long walks outside in nature, are very therapeutic and very good for our mind, to calm our mind, to be able to become good receivers of the real voices, the real messages that we should be listening to, our intuition. And our intuition gets very foggy and very distorted when there's a lot of information coming in from all sides, when there's always noise going on, right? It's hard to trust and follow your own intuition, because you start questioning your intuition, because you're looking at everything else and everyone else, and you're like, maybe I'm making the wrong move because everybody else is going this way, and I want to go that way. If your intuition says go that way, because your intuition is never wrong. Anyway, with that said, I wanted to wish you guys a happy 4th of July. And by the way, today was Bolt's birthday, and we had such a great time. I'm going to share some video at the end of this. But I have a surprise for you. Tomorrow, it's already on YouTube. It's already scheduled to be coming out tomorrow at 8 a.m. Los Angeles time, Pacific time. I have a video for you that you can use to meditate and chant with. It's a Kundalini mantra. And I even read you the explanation, because this way I don't mess it up. It's the Gobindi Mukande. It's called Gobindi Mukande. And it is really a mantra that eliminates karmic blocks, past errors, balances the brain hemisphere, purifies the magnetic field, and brings compassion and patience. It really works on subconscious blocks around fear. It removes those blocks. And so it's a really good mantra to do and to sing along once you get familiar with the words. I tell you right now, I had a really hard time in the beginning to learn the words. In the video, the words are actually on the screen, so you see them all the time. And just listen first and then sing along. If that's something you're interested in, I just wanted to share that because I've been doing the mantra, and I was working on music, and I was like, oh man, I want to do this mantra to my dance track. So that's what I did. I hope you like it, and I hope it's going to work for you. It's also called the prosperity mantra. And honestly, it's worked. It's been working for me. So it's resonating with me, but I wanted to share that with you guys because I know that there's a lot of chaotic energy going around, and tomorrow also, by the time you're going to listen to the mantra, it's going to be July 4th. And July 4th is also another lunar eclipse, which is a really powerful time to go within and meditate. And it's the last lunar eclipse of the year. So it's a lot of shifting going on, global shifting going on, and cosmic stuff going on that I'm not an astrology person, so I'm very interested in it, but I'm not an expert. So I would recommend that you just like check out some people that are experts at this and do some research, because it's a really interesting time right now. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Have fun with the mantra, and I will talk to you next week. I love you so much. Bye, guys.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Can I get a kissy? Can I get a kissy? Give me a kissy. Give me a kissy. Come on. Give me a kissy. Give me a kissy. Thank you. Okay.
Muss aber mindestens aber zusammen sind sie noch richtige so.
Ja, bitte. Naja, ich meine,
65, 66. Oh. Ja, wieder so viel kriegst du nicht so weit.
Go get it. Go get it. Take it up. Go get it. Go get it. Go. What's this? Oh. Whoa, what's that? No, not yet. Just look at it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Baldy. Happy birthday to you. We love you. Wait. Go.